Hey guys, welcome back. Rat Rod Bob here, and my little shop where dreams come true. Today we're gonna continue the wiring process on Bullet. The last video we done the gauge pod, wired it up, and got it installed, dash lights shining and all that good stuff. Now I'm gonna start on the back, tail lights, and work my way up to the center console area. Try to get everything ready to tie in under the dash to finalize it. But first I got to run the back wires, and then I got to run the wires from the front, engine, headlights, and all that good stuff. I don't know if I'm gonna get it all in this video, or I'm gonna start with the back and we're gonna go from there and see what happens. Yeah, I heard you guys loud and clear about my content. So no background music while I'm talking, check. No AI content whatsoever. Double check, triple check, quadruple check, gotcha. So let's get at it. Like I don't have enough wire in my spaghetti factory, I bought a generic painless wiring kit for Bullet. It's got a whole lot more stuff in it what I need, so let me show you what it looks like out of the box. So I got this for like, I don't know, 60, 70 bucks, something like that on eBay. You know, the painless wiring kits cost $200–300. But this one has got a lot more stuff than what I need. I don't need all that big fuse panel, not for this car. I'm not gonna have a lot of circuits running in it. So I got a smaller fuse panel I'm gonna use, you know, with just enough circuits for what I need. I don't need all this. So I'm not gonna use the fuse panel, but I'm gonna use the wire because it's got some really nice wire, color coded. I think it's got writing on it. I think they got writing on it. Yeah, you can see some writing. So what they go to, and it's a good wire made out of good copper wire. It's not that aluminum centered wire. So yeah, I'm gonna use that. I'm gonna use a wire with a smaller fuse panel to wire this car up. So there's that. So I got to pull the console and the seats out because the wire is gonna run up underneath the console in between the seats. I got to build, I'm gonna take some 3-inch PVC pipe or something and make a cover that's gonna cover over the wires going down between the seats. And then let me get that out and I'll show you what I'm about to do next. All right, about ready to run wire. Gotta do some planning ahead of time. So the wire is gonna be under the console, the wiring harness going to the rear. Then it's gonna come here. I gotta build a cover to cover it there. The problem is when I get back here, because I got a panel built that fits flat right there. So what I need to do, I reckon, I need to drill a hole right there for the wiring harness and another hole up here for the wiring harness. So the wiring harness will go in and come up. And I'll insulate it real good, put some seam sealer or something around the wire harness to keep the water out. And that way my panel will still fit flat and I won't have nothing there showing. So yeah, let's do that. So I dug into the spaghetti factory and found the wires that goes to the rear, and all those are ones that goes to the rear I don't need. You know, power antenna, fuel pump, and dome light, all kind of stuff. I picked out the ones I do need. And it's got fine writing on the wire what they go to, but I just go by color. Anybody wire or car or trailer or anything know that black's the ground, yellow's the left turn, green is the right turn, and brown is the tail lights. And this is gonna be my fuel cylinder. I think it's even wrote on there, fuel cylinder. So I'm gonna double check, but I think that's what I need. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 wires going to the back. But they plenty long enough. Matter of fact, gonna have some left over when I get them in. So, and then, you know, still got wires going to the front, and I'm not gonna need near about all that. And so yeah, we're gonna start with the rear. That's the easiest part, I think. We'll see. All right, let me get these cut. Well, they already cut. Let me kind of get them lined up and start running them and see what happens. So I got the 5 wires I want to go to the back. This is gonna be the end under the dash. And go back somewhere in there. It's gonna, I swear it's gonna go somewhere back. It's gonna go through the hole and up through this. And then when it comes up, right behind the fuel tank there, I gotta split some wires off, ground to the fuel cylinder, and the fuel cylinder wire, pink wire, black wire. But the black wire's gotta continue from there around to the tail lights too. So what I wanna do is get the wire loom on enough wire to go up extra for the dash. Wire loom, then wire loom go through the hole and up, then stop the wire loom and then run the cylinder and the ground to the tank, and then continue the wire loom for the wires going to the tail lights. That's the plan. I don't know if it's gonna work or not, but we're about to find out. Hey, I don't have a clue what I'm doing, but I'm gonna figure it out. Just a heads up, when you cut this wire loom, you need to take the lighter or torch something and melt those ends. If you don't, it'll start unraveling and be a mess. So yeah, something like that. But I got a lot of work to do, man. I got to get these wires from the tail lights. See, they had to come up through that hole. Well, what I'm gonna do is drill another hole on the side for the wire to come up to connect to the other wire. The wire's going to the under the dash. And you know, of course, you guys remember I got these covers. Just gonna cover them up. So that's gonna be, I mean, this is gonna be a enduring process just to get the tail lights wired up. And plus I need a wire for my fuel gauge sending unit. So I'm gonna need a ground wire, a sending unit wire for that, ground wire. Come back to the tail lights with tail lights, left and right turn signals. Of course, I'm not gonna have turn signals on this old car. It's gonna have brake lights and running lights. But the hand signal is gonna be the old hand job. Stick your hand out the window and you hope the guy in front of you or behind you is old enough to know what the hell that sign even means. But yeah, I could always add turn signal later. So I'm gonna wire it for a future upgrade for turn signals, but right now it's just gonna have brake lights and tail lights. And same in the front. When I get through that, you're just gonna have the headlights. Matter of fact, not even gonna have any parking light. Well, yeah, it's gonna have, the headlights is gonna have a LED that comes on when you turn the key on. But it's not gonna have turn signals or none of that. I don't think yet. Maybe in the future, but not yet. So yeah, let me get started. So I'm sitting right here in front of my nice, neatly organized workbench. Imagine that. I don't know where nothing goes. I got to dig for stuff when I need it. But anyway, I got the wire loom cut, and I took my torch and melted it in so it won't unravel. And this is gonna be the dash. It's gonna be under the dash. So I got, see if I can make this happen. A lot of wire loom might be a difficult process. Might be difficult. We're gonna find out. I'm not used to using this kind of wire loom. I've been using this, but I don't have enough of that. What I do have is old and rotten, and I'd like to try this if I can make it work. Because this here looks better. I like it better if I can make it work. Let's see where we're at. That wire loom is pinched flat and folded up for shipping, so it makes it a little bit more difficult. Hope I don't have to go a lot, bro. It'll start to get hard. Get in there. Where we at? Right there. Man, I got a long way to go. Let me see if I can flatten this out or unflatten it. Got to unflatten it, try to get the wire in. Got a long way to go. Man, this is a job in itself, just getting this wire loom or the wire go in it. Man, it's going, but it's getting harder and harder. Oh yeah. Let's see if I can do something like this. Yeah. Yeah, that's the way you gotta do it. I got it. I got it. I got it going on now. Yeah, look at that. So, that's enough to get me back to the fuel tank. Let me go ahead and tape up this end. Got plenty enough hanging out I can cut and connect to the proper spot up in there somewhere. Well, I don't know, I might need a little bit more just to be safe. Maybe even more than that. I got plenty of wire. I got plenty of wire back there. Let me come on out a little more. Cut some off of both ends. Now I know I got enough. Pull this nice and tight. My brother taught me this when I was a young teenager. You get that black tape on there, wrap it around there and pull it tight. Appreciate you, brother. He's probably watching. Yep. Now, before I get done permanently, I'm probably gonna put a zip tie around that in case that black tape wants to take the rest of the day off of pay and come unravel. But for now, that's fine. So now I need to drill some holes where it's going to transfer behind the seats there for the tank down to the hump. So let me see if let's see what side of drill. I need to drill a pretty big hole. Like I said, I use seam sealer or something to seal the hole up when I'm done. It's going to be great.
Got lines on my face, but fire in my veins. Clock keeps ticking, but my soul won't change. Radio's loud, wind cuts like a blade. I'm still that girl from the back road parade. Fast
Wrinkles like road maps carved in my face, but my engine still rolls at a breakneck pace. I'm a ticking clock, but I won't unwind, still chasing the wind, leaving dust behind. Forever wild, never tame, burning rubber, chasing flames, stretched out choppers. Life's a spark, old and gray, but young at heart. Campfires crackles under a country sky, jacked up trucks running side by side, girls with a laugh that can shatter the night, living free, it feels so right. The road's a lover, the ride's a thrill, heart beats fast, can't keep it still. Forever wild, never tame, burning rubber, chasing flames, souped up hot rods. Life's a spark, old and gray, but young at heart. Oil-stained hands, hot rod pride, fuel in my veins, the open ride. Legends fade, but not this soul, forever burning out of control.
All right, something like that. Now I need to wire loom these wires up to the back. Man, this wiring is a time-consuming process if you do it right. I mean, I guess that's right. I mean, it looks good. Looks like it'll work. So I need to cut these wires off shorter so it'll be easier to get the loom on it. I mean, I got a lot there. So yeah, let me do that and get the loom on it. We'll go from there. I got the wire loom on it. Actually, more I need. I'm going to trim it, but what I need to do is some way to anchor this down in several spots. So what I'm going to do take these eye ends right there and bend it a little bit, and a zip tie go through that hole right there where the wire goes, like that. And I can just screw this to the body and use a zip tie to zip tie the wire loom down secure. That's the plan. First time I've ever done it like that, but yeah, I think that'll work. I'm gonna try it. Yeah, that'll work. That'd be great. It's gonna be great. Now I gotta get back there and work. First thing I need to do back here is get these tail light wires and a wire loom. I ain't got it bolted down yet. And a wire loom, and have them coming up through the floor right there. This one right there, or something like that. And so the wires be sticking up. Yeah, that. So I got one wire loom on one, and I got the wire loom on the other one. We'll stick it in the same way, run the wire up through the hole. I gotta drill a hole for the other side, but that's this side. All I gotta do is put the screw, bolt the tail light in, and bolt that little cover over that, and that'd be done. So I got the camera inside the trunk. I don't know if you can see it or not. Maybe a little more light. I got the ground wire hooked on the bolt for the bolts to light in, and I need to run it to the other side, inside this channel. And the easiest way to do that, I got this. If you get a 5-gallon bucket and you rip that thing off the lid, take the lid off, that's what I got there. And I'm just gonna start on the other side, run that through. That's what I use this for, pull wire through stuff like this. So I can take that and take the end of this ground wire, tape it on right there. Easier if you're not handicapped, but hopefully that'll hold so I can pull it through. Then I can pull it through from that end. Hey, it worked. I got my wire through. So, yeah. So now I can tie the ground wire to my 2 lights and just hook it to the ground one time. There would be good. Then get these. I got to figure out which one's which. One's parking and one's for brake light or turn signal. We got a turn signal and a park light, so I got to hook the battery to it, figure out which is what. I need to I don't know, some seam seal or hot glue or something around that hole right there, and we'll be great. And clean this cover up, put over it right there, and we'll be cooking, rocking and rolling. All right, let me get to the other side. I got to put an eye on the other side so I can bolt it, the ground wire to the light like I did that one. Let me do that. Man, it's hard to get to up in here. I'm telling you. One finger and a magnet to get that nut started. The struggle is real. And it don't help that my beard gets in my line of vision. Maybe if I tuck it down in my t-shirt. Let's see if I can get it on there. This is I mean, I had 2 on each tail light. I had to do that. That was the last one. I thought I'd show you guys the struggle I was going through just to bolt the tail lights in. Now I got it started. If I get the wrench on it. Yep, that's why I hadn't been taking either tail lights in and out with the nut, just sticking them in. I don't want to do this too many times. But I think I got it. I think this might work. All right, we get that tightened up and we'll go from there. I got all my wires. This is coming from the front. I got them all wired up. I got brown, which is a park light. I got a brown wire going to the park light there, and that black one going to this one. I got yellow going to the left turn, green going to the right turn. On these lights, white is bright, black is dim, so that's the way that works. So I'm trying to stick this all up in a hole and see if I can get it kind of out of, you know, out of view a little bit. Don't know if it's gonna happen or not, but I'm gonna try it. It might work. See, I'm probably gonna need, so I can't get no screw here to do the zip tie thing. I might use some hot glue there to keep that out of the way. Some black silicone around this hole where that tail light wire goes through the hole. Yeah, black silicone. It ain't pretty, but who cares? It's a rat rod. Hot rod, rat rod, whatever. Anyway, I got the hole sealed up. That's the main thing. Yeah, some hot glue here, because I can't get the drill to drill a hole for a screw there, so some hot glue right there. Put these covers on. And we've about done back here for the lights. I still want to mount the battery and get the battery cables hooked up, and fuel lines to the fuel tank. So let me get on that. Well, get closer, but the shadows are getting long out there, bro. I got the battery mount played in, getting battery cables crimped for the Ultima. I already got one of them. Working on the other one now. I already got it, I believe. Yep. Perfect crimp right there. Appreciate it, Michael. Michael Byler sent me that. Get on there. Get this heat shrink up on it. Like that. Get some fire on it. I like it. Professional, huh? A little bit. Yeah, I got the frames under there. This is one of the bolt holes to hold the body to the frame. I put a stud in it. I'm gonna use it to ground. I run a tap down in that hole, make sure it's good clean, get a good ground. Tighten this down good. And this other nut to hold the cable on for the ground. Yeah, that. That's right. Got all the wires tucked up. Can't see them nowhere. Well, you have to look really hard. You can see them up in there. Got the battery mounted. Got the hold downs. It ain't going. I mean, you could flip this car over several times. The battery ain't going nowhere. I don't have the ground hooked up yet, but it's there. All I gotta do is bolt it up. Yeah. How's the commercial go? We are professional grade. Yeah. Yeah, that's what we got. I got that wire harness run up so it'll be underneath the console. I still got to make a cover for it back there. I hadn't done that yet, but I'm out of time. I'm out of time for this video. I hope to get a lot further. I still need to run. I still want to do the fuel lines to the fuel tank while I'm working on the back. Then the back would be done. I'm talking about done. I mean, I got everything except for the rubber weather stripping seal. I don't have that yet. But I get the fuel lines to the tank and a vent line. It's already got a check ball on one of those fittings for a tip over valve. So on the air vent, so that'll be fine. Battery mounted, yeah. Yeah, I wanted to get the fuel lines done all up today too, but I'm out of time, so I'm calling it on this video. I'm calling it. Next video, well, I guess I'm gonna do the fuel lines first. I want to finish that back there, so I'm gonna get the next video. I'll do to get the fuel lines, and I'm gonna start wiring from the front headlights and the engine back. And once I get there, all the wires done, all hanging out here somewhere, I'll climb up under that spaghetti patch and get all that connected up. So that'll be fun. That's gonna be the best one. I thought it was just gonna be a 2 or 3 part series, but it might be a 4 or 5 part series. This is a lot of work. You hear me? I still got 60-70% of viewers who watch my videos not subscribed. Man, y'all hit that subscribe button. Help me get to 100,000. I mean, it don't cost you nothing. Subscriptions are free all week. All right, guys. Y'all leave me a comment. Let me know how I done today. I mean, no AI videos, no background music while I was talking. I mean, did I get a C, C+, maybe? Something like that. But anyway, I'm taking the rest of the day off at pay. I appreciate you guys for bearing with me. See you next time.